Hello, YouTubers. Welcome, welcome, welcome to PDINA. I hope you're doing well. Thank you to everyone who watched my video on the 5 most beautiful royals of all time, in my opinion. I have another selection of 5 more beauties to come. So thanks for supporting the other topics on this channel. I want us to start having a diversified, repertoire of things. So thanks for supporting those videos. They're really short, they're well researched, and yeah, I think you'll really like them. And I also want to thank Sid and Ruth for your lovely gifts. You sent me some wonderful items, the Princess Diana booklet and the book on the gown of Queen Elizabeth, and this beautiful Princess Diana statue is right here now. Otis likes it. You like it right here? Otis, you see it? Yep, it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. So thank you so much for your support and for sending me things. It's so nice to get things in the mail and to have you continue to show me things that I have never seen. And yeah, I love it. Thank you, Sid and Ruth. And to my other friend, Ruth, you know who you are. I love your letters. Thank you so much. And also to Andrew, he's a painter. Let me show you this. You are going to love this. And Andrew David Mellon, he has sent me some beautiful paintings that I'm actually going to be putting into some beautiful frames. But he has some beautiful, lovely paintings of the royal family. I'm going to be framing these. Aren't these just some lovely paintings? I am so excited to raffle these off to support the work of my charity. Look at this. He sent me some beautiful paintings, and the one of Diana I have framed here. So yeah, and this is another one of Catherine. Aren't they just beautiful? I tell you, I am just in awe of people, especially my friend Jan Skidmore, who did the one painting of me when I went to the ball of Lady C's ball. Yes, so thank you so much for your paintings, Andrew. I love them. I'm going to raffle them off, and I just really appreciate all of your support, because I'm here by myself with Mr. Otis, and your feedback helps, and I try to get to your messages as much as I can. So I really just love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for participating in the raffle. To everyone who's participated in the raffle, these were the 3 winners. And yeah, maybe next time, those that didn't win, you'll be able to win next time. We have definitely some really awesome items coming up for our raffle. So please support that as well to help my charity. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we're talking about today. Well, what is it? Well, Mr. Harry, he is isolated. He is alone. And let me tell you some reasons why he is feeling the way he is feeling now, and the impending results of, I believe, to this man's life that are awaiting him. Because what we are seeing right now in real time, Harry, something that's not good for him. And we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Talking about this story, Harry, he is feeling isolated and alone. The royal sources are talking about this. Phil Dampier, trusted sources, said that he is a despairing prince, may be longing for home. Okay, Harry is feeling isolated and alone. And I think looking at what we see happening now with Harry, we are watching in real time tragedy. We've been watching tragedy ever since this woman moved into the royal family, because all the things we said she was going to do, she did it. Very dangerous for people who have substance abuse issues. Being alone and putting yourself in positions that make you vulnerable is very dangerous. And I can't look at what is happening to Harry and think he is very similar. He's in a very similar position. And I only see tragedy coming in Harry's life. I really do. And I think the only reason why I think I see tragedy is because he doesn't have the people in his life to help him. And that's why today's story is so important, because he is isolated. He is in a position of being desperate because he has nowhere to turn. Certainly not that woman he's married to. She's certainly not giving him what he needs to get through his own isolation and depression and his substance abuse issues that we know he suffers from. He's admitted it in his own book. So you have to look at someone like Harry and think he is very much on this trajectory that we are seeing with people that I've seen in my own life, what we've seen with Matthew Perry. This is the exact same trajectory that Prince Harry is on. He is on this same path, and having a wife that he does makes it worse. It puts him in even more danger, but what? And I don't know, the king must be really in a position not knowing what to do because of his son and his impending disaster of a life that is currently awaiting him as we speak, because he is alone in America, essentially alone in America with his depression, his isolation. These children that they say exist are isolated from people. Phil Dampier has been told on good authority that Harry is isolated and he is lonely, and he's desperate to go back to the United Kingdom. He's desperate. Otis. Yeah, he's desperate. Did you know that? And, he goes on to say that Harry just doesn't have the people around him that he feels like he can just go out, have a beer, hang out with, do certain things. And this is creating this despair in him. He's feeling isolated. He's feeling lonely. You tell me what a person who has a history of drug abuse is doing when they're isolated, when they are lonely, when they're feeling despair, when you feel there's no way out. Because when we think about it, Harry doesn't have a way out. He's trapped. He talked about his brother being trapped. Oh no, he's trapped. Harry is trapped. And he is in a country, in a state where he is not going to find the true happiness and fulfillment that he so desperately craves. Not only that, but that he craves for his own children that they say exist, okay? Your children are going to grow up speaking American, speaking all that yin yang Yankee stuff, speaking like this, and you come from royalty. Well, they're, the upper class, the people who speak with that lovely British accent, And your kids walking around speaking like Yankees. Otis, what you doing? I mean, what kind of sense does that even make? I mean, his whole life, everything is just looking sideways, crooked. Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with that picture? How can this be? I mean, even people looking at him thinking you a prince. Your kids, they speak American, and you come from one of the most famous families in the whole world, and your children are American, and you don't even want to they don't have anything from royalty. There's nothing wrong with them being American. The idea is that they have nothing from their British culture. Nothing except for a little bit of their DNA from their daddy. But then what? So the story goes on. He becomes completely dependent on her for his social life. And when we see him in things like the Beyonce concert, the basketball matches, and things like that Formula One he was at. Speaking to Patrick Christie's, he's always seems to be with some sort of corporate types, people that he works with. These are not people that you can hang with and just, shoot to shoot with. Like your buddies, your mates, people you can go complain to. Like, that wife of mine, and ooh, she getting on my nerves. Like, just trying to vent like the marital things. He can't even do that. You always have to look as if your marriage is all happy-go-lucky. Like, we's happy. We happy. You can't even show or even have with the people that you talk to that there is some kind of trouble in the marriage. You can't even discuss it with these people because your whole livelihood, your branding depends on you as a couple. So he's trapped in that sense as well. I mean, really think about that being trapped for him. The isolation of his children, not being able to have them grow up within the British culture, coming from one of the most famous, wealthiest families in the world. You know, you are not able to even show your true feelings as a man because your wife has built this brand around you in America to be this couple that's maybe separate in some of the things that they're trying to do, but the livelihood of who you have established yourself as is dependent on you being happy with each other. And I can almost tell you right here with a lot of certainty, this man ain't happy. Oh, no, he is not. He ain't happy. He's depressed. He's beside himself with what he's going to do with his life. And it's not looking good for him. And I'm going to sum it up in a very nice way. Why and how we can see what is coming to this family, what is coming to this marriage. Because folks, it is going to come. It is coming. As I speak and sit here today, it's going to happen. Or something really bad, not good is going to happen, like the people that we've seen in the past that have had these addiction issues. So it's been the third Christmas this has been the third Christmas he hasn't seen his family, and I think he's becoming quite lonely and quite isolated. And I don't have any information about him wanting to move back here, but I think it's starting to take its toll on him. And that's the thing. We know that in the beginning, he was all, this is the freedom flight. Oh, I'm happy. I'm getting away from those evil royals and those people in that country. And the normality of life is setting in for him. The novelty of where he is starting to wear off. And looking at that woman every day is really starting to take its toll, because there are reports that Harry even has in Montecito a hotel that he goes to get away in Montecito, allegedly. This is some of the reporting that has been out there. So you tell me, folks, this is how I want to sum this all up for you folks. And I really want you to think about this. In a marriage, you share things. You have a lot that you do in common. And the one thing that you have in a marriage that really shows you that you are going to have some success in your marriage, and the one thing that shows that you're not going to have success in your marriage is when you have shared purpose. Right now, Harry does not have the same purpose as Meghan. He is in pain. He no longer has purpose here in America or with his wife. And without that shared purpose and that way to seek goals together in what you're trying to achieve, you can't have this coming together as a family and to be happy, because you are going on different ways of life. And right now, Harry is not sharing in the same purpose as Meghan, because Meghan is seeking Hollywood. She is seeking celebrity. Meghan is seeking a life that is not going to give her the same purpose as Harry. Harry's purpose is no longer the same as Meghan's, because Meghan is achieving her goals with her agency, with her desire to be in a state and country that she can build her potential success off of. Because she was on her way as a D-list actor on the show Suits. I don't think she's going to find it in America. But she feels that she's where she needs to be to get that success. And so as we speak in this moment right now, she and Harry no longer share purpose. And this is why they are no longer going to be on the same road to togetherness moving forward within this marriage. There's also talks that Harry has been paid off by Netflix to create these stories about his mother, and for him to not really put up much of, an opposition to what is happening on the show The Crown. And you think about what he has done in terms of his own mother's death, where his original pain began, where he sought comfort. Now he is more in pain because he has had to sell his mother, even sell the pain that he had from the death of his mother. He's had to sell that now for Meghan's purpose. Not his own purpose, but for his wife's purpose. And when you think about that, folks, when you really think about what I just said, you will see the impending downfall of Harry, the divorce, and how Meghan has treated a past husband of hers. That's waiting for Harry. So there's nothing really good on the horizon for Harry. Nothing good at all. And as we sit and watch this decline, this impending explosion of a life of Harry, we can all think and thank in a very condescending kind of way his wife for everything that she has done to this man.